everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 4th, 2021, and we're going to do a special quick video about VRA. As many of you know, I am a VRA holder. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I'm trying to time the top, sell the top before the big retrace, okay? So this is a quick video on my analysis, an update actually, because I've done this before in some ways, but I'm going to correct a few things, mainly my target for the retrace and slightly my target for the top I'm going to correct, and I'm going to show you my wave count, my complete wave count, because before I was just showing you my wave count within this channel, but I'm going to show you the complete wave count from ever since we began the impulse in July of 2021. All right, so I'm using Elliott Wave theory to do this Elliott Wave analysis. And for those of you who do not know, Elliott Wave theory is something that they use on Wall Street all the time. It's one of the best tools in charting. It basically gives you context. It allows you to extrapolate trends, all right? And these trends were found by a gentleman by the name of Ralph Nelson Elliott about 100 years ago, and he poured through 75 years of Dow Jones Industrial Average sort of chart data, and he found these trends, these patterns, and this is what I'm using. All right. Essentially, every impulse happens in 5 waves. There's 3 impulsive waves to the positive, or meaning if you're going up, they're going up, and then 2 are going to be negative, meaning they're counter trend. All right. So that's why you see 5 numbers here. The first wave was happened in July 20th of 2021, all the way to September. And then we have a retrace of the 2, and I'm going to take you through a little bit. So in Elliott Wave theory, the 2 wave retraces between the 0.5 and the 618, okay, of the 1 wave. That's a valid retrace for a 2 wave. So I'm just going to pull my fibs here just to show you. So from the beginning of this wave to the end, and you can see that the retracement of 2, the bottom of 2 happens between the 0.5 and the 618. Okay, so that's a valid 2 wave. All right, so I'm just going to do this with you because it's important to show you. A lot of people think Elliott Wave is BS. It doesn't make sense, or it's just completely subjective, and that's not true. There are rules to how you can place a wave count, right? And anybody can do it, but not everybody follows the rules. So it's very important that I show you why that's a valid 1 and that's a valid 2. All right, moving on. 3 waves. The wave 3 rather is typically the most impulsive and the most usually the longest, okay? But it doesn't always have to be the longest. It just can't be the shortest, okay? That's the wave on, or the rule on 3. So here we see that 3 is clearly not shorter than 1. We can always get an extended 5th wave, right? But 3 seems to be valid in this count vis-a-vis 1. It seems to be longer than 1, okay? And then within 3, you should be able to count 5 waves, okay? And we can do that as well. Let's see. So 3 starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You seem to have an extended 5th wave in 3, okay? And same principles. The 2 waves should be retracing between the 0.5 and the 618 of the 1 wave, minimum 382, okay? And then 3 wave longest typically, but not shorter not the shortest. It's typically the longest, but not the shortest. But here you seem to have an extended fifth wave that is longer than the 3 wave, and that's okay. So this is what I'm seeing for 3, okay? And now we come to our wave 4. And the rule for wave 4 is that wave 4 retraces between the 236 and the 382 of the 2 wave. Okay, and let's remove this channel. It's not necessary right now. So the wave 4 retraces between the 236 and the 382 of the 3 wave. So if we pull the fibs from the beginning of the 3 wave till the end, we see that wave 4 ends between 236 and 382. I believe that wave 4 is done based on a few things, okay? Here we have we have a double bottom on the stochastic RSI on the 4-hourly, right? And then we have some bullish divergence. So this is why I think that wave 4 is done, and I'm comfortable saying that that was the bottom of wave 4 here. That was the bottom of wave 4. This is still wave 3 in my opinion. So that is wave 4. That's a valid wave 4, okay? So now, given a valid count, because you can't make a prediction or a projection on wave 5, right? Basically, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to time the top. We're trying to say, oh, we know what price the top is going to be, or we're trying to estimate based off of what came before, right? What the top of VRA will be in this 5-wave pattern. And please understand that after 5-wave impulses, or a 5-wave impulse in Elliott Wave theory, you get a retracement, a severe retracement of the asset, which takes it usually down to the 382 or even down to the 236 of this entire movement, okay? And I'm going to get to that in a second, but this is why it's important, I think, for all of this work that we've done in VRA since July 20th of 2021 until, and I'll tell you why I think it's November 15th is when the top will be. I'll get to that, so just stay tuned. Let's say it's November 15th. It doesn't really matter, actually, when it is. Whenever it is, I'm just saying that we've done 118 days, more or less, 120 days worth of work, right? 4 months worth of work. You're going to get a significant retracement that is comparable to that impulse. If not, it's going to be comparable. It may even take a little longer than the time it took you to get up to that. This is why it's important to take profits. And this is why I'm trying to time the top. I hope everybody understands. I know that a lot of people think that VRA is just going to go straight to $1.75 or wherever. I think it's going to go to $1 in this bull run. But it doesn't happen in a straight line. It takes some time. Right? You get impulses and you get retracements. So after this impulse, we will get a retracement, and you see this red line. This is the point of control. I have my VPVR on. This is an indicator that basically shows where most of the buying and selling occurs. We'll look at that in a second, but that's a likely target for VRA to retrace to, okay? Just based off of buying and selling action. And it also is confluent with, the Fibonacci levels that you typically retrace to. So we'll look at that in a second. First, let's see about the top. Where will VRA get to in this impulse? Be very, very clear. In this impulse, not in life, not in this bull run, in this particular specific impulse that we started on July 20th, 2021. Okay? And to do that, Elliott Wave theory gives us 2 tools. The first is you can take the projected 618 Fibonacci, right? And so let's get our Fibonacci projection tool, which is over here, trend-based extension, right? You click from the beginning of wave 2 to the end of wave 2, which is up here, right? The beginning of wave 3 to the end of wave 3, okay? down to the bottom of wave 4, which I believe is down here, okay? And then you take the 618 of that, and that should give you your target. And the target here is 10.8 cents, okay? So let's put a line here just to remind us exactly where it is, because we're going to remove that. 10.8 cents. All right, so we've got a line. So that's one way we can find it, okay? Now, the other way we can find it is, according to Elliott Wave theory, you can take the inverse 1618 of the wave 4. So you go to the Fibonacci retracement tool, top of wave 3, or sorry, top of wave 3 to the bottom of wave 4, and you get here their inverse 1618, okay? And that's 9.82 cents. So based off of this, and let's put a line here. Based off of this, and let's delete this. Based off of my analysis, my Elliott Wave analysis, I believe that we will have a VRA top in this region here between 9.8 and 10.8 cents, okay? And let's just put it in the middle there, okay? So at about 10 cents, right? 9.8, 10.8, that's a 1 cent deviation, right? And this is why my prediction for this asset on the top of the fifth wave is 10 cents. Granted, you can always get, you're going to have an A correction and the B correction, and B may come all the way to the 10.8. So just somewhere in that region, okay? What else? Okay, when will this happen? So now the channel comes in handy. The channel comes in handy. So we can get out the regression trend. Actually, no, let's use the parallel channel. Let's use the parallel channel tool. And let's push that up. Let's see. Something like that. Okay. So if you see that this trend, right? I don't like how that looks. For such a large trend, it's better to have it in log, because this is logarithmic growth, right? This grows exponentially. This is better. And one of the reasons, actually, here, let's redraw this. Let's see if we can't capture this whole. Let's see if we can't capture this whole trend in this channel. This is one of the reasons I like here. Let's just use this other tool. I prefer this regression tool, and I'll show you why I didn't use it in the beginning, and you'll see. It automatically does it for you, but you got to get out of log, okay? And basically, this regression trend tool draws the channel for you automatically, okay? But it doesn't work in log very well, because it captures everything, right? And what we're most interested in, and this is one of the reasons why I just had the channel on the third wave, is because this is the most impulsive trend, okay? And typically what happens is you have your wave 3 in an impulse that isn't matched by wave 1 and wave 5. So you'll see wave 3 be really steep, right? And wave 5 can be also steep, but not as momentous sometimes. So it doesn't really follow the same impulsive trend, the same momentum as wave 3. This is why you typically have channels around either wave 1, wave 3, or wave 5, right? Anyway, you can also draw a channel around the whole movement, but for the purposes of trying to find the top, I think it's best to isolate it here. And what we're going to do is we're going to extrapolate. We're going to add another channel. Here, we're going to add this channel here manually. Whoops, not the right channel. Parallel channel here. We're going to add this manually to our predicted wave 5 and see, based off of what we already have, where it would fall, if that makes sense. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is useful, right? So basically, you see that on the stochastic RSI, if you go to the daily, you see wave 3 was wave 3 in wave 3 was the top of the channel. That was the highest momentum, or some of the highest momentum. The highest momentum was earlier on in wave 3. Actually, yeah. This is wave 3 of wave 3, right? In here, remember, because we haven't had an extended fifth wave. That's why you see it at the top of the stochastic RSI, right? Now, what you're going to get is you're going to most likely get a weaker wave 5 that comes to the middle of the channel and finds resistance there, because it's the end of this impulsive wave, right? It's not as, you see how wave 1's kind of like not as steep, and wave 3 is much more steep. Wave 5 is likely to be also not as steep, because you're losing steam. You're going to get some steam, but you're going to lose steam, and it's likely not going to break that midpoint of the channel, which is basically a lot of resistance, right? If you know anything about channels, this is why I expect the price to come to hit our target around this time. And this gives us a time, which is the 15th or 16th of November. I hope you see how I did that, right? If you go to the middle of this projection, right, let's say it's 10 cents, or I actually think we're going to get rejection at 10 cents. So I feel like we're first going to hit 9.8 cents, do an A wave. The B wave is going to come all the way to 10.8 cents. That's just my hunch. Okay, so let's say we get the A wave, or we get the top of 5 at around 9.8 cents, 9.9 cents at the most. I predict that this will happen on November 15th, which is almost exactly in 10 days. And actually the time would be November 15th. Let's go into the hourly time frame. Hope you guys see how I did this. Obviously, it doesn't really matter what time. We're just having fun here. Do time predictions. Let's see. Here it says November 14th at 9 p.m. Okay, let's see. On November 14th at 9 p.m., let's leave some comments and see if this prediction holds true, how close it is. But this is where I think the top is going to be on VRA. This is when I think the top is going to be. Again, remember that you're going to get an A, B, C, actually a small ABC correction after this fifth wave. So you're going to get an ABC correction of this wave 5, and then you're going to get a larger correction. And that larger correction, you can anticipate it come down to approximately 382 of the entire movement, right? So let's say this is your top right here. You pull it to the bottom of this whole wave. The 382 is about 4.6 cents, right? And the VPVR is at the 236. So we may even come to the 236. at around 3.5 cents. So that's VRA. That's what I'm seeing. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Bye.